I bet I'm not even on. Let me try and go find out. Am I? It doesn't look like it. Oh, I am. Well, let me see if anybody can hear me. Yes. Okay, here we go. I'm awake. I'm alive. Okay, it's going. Oh, I swear to God. I'm awake now. Holy moly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you saw the last drama. My sister had to go. Oh, God, this whole thing has been like a giant circus. That's why I say, not my circus, not my monkeys. And she had to go to the doctor in Dallas. She can't go to a doctor up here. So, anyway, there's something up with the doctor. And so that's where all this drama started. And she couldn't find her keys. And she went anyway. I mean, she couldn't even turn the windshield wipers off. So she had her dog with her. And I said, well, go. We'll figure it out. But she found her keys. But then she got to Dallas and she lost her keys. I mean, I was ready to go to Dallas. I expected this for real. This sounds awful loud. I think maybe. Hold on. Oh, golly gee whiz. And so anyway, she was in Dallas and lost her keys and called me like I'm going to go down there. I mean, I was ready to for real because I expected some kind of drama. And I was hoping it was not going to be sufficient for me to have to get in my car and drive to Dallas. I was going to call William first, like they're halfway there, but we'll see. But, like I said, I want to try and involve as many. I don't want to involve anybody really else in this. Try to have as few monkeys involved in this circus as possible. So I didn't even tell my brother. So she was down in Dallas and, oh, I lost my keys. I lost my keys. And I said, darn, it's a shame. And she found them. And I told her I would meet her in Okmulgee. She wanted to push through and not, go ahead and get her car and turn it in. And then we could deal with her house when we get back to the house. But no, she went to the mall instead first because she was too tired to go all the way to Okmulgee. So she went to the mall instead. So I have no sympathy for her when she talks about being broke. And that's what I've told her. I said, I don't want to hear it anymore. So then what happened? So anyway, she lost her keys in Dallas and I didn't care and I didn't come rescue her. And so she found them. And then she went to the mall. I mean, she should have been here at 6:00. I mean, even if she had gone to the mall. Yeah. So she had energy for the mall, but she didn't have energy to come through and turn the car in and take care of her business. So I have no sympathy. And then she got lost. And that's pretty close to hard to do because it's a straight shot. I mean, you have to make one 90-degree right angle turn and go south, and you'll hit Dallas. Same thing. You go north. You go north from Dallas, any road that will take you north, and you'll get here. And she got lost off on an expressway with no exits. She got lost. And she got home about midnight. She had called 911. She called me at midnight, more or less. And she had a cop with her. And I cussed. I said, Connie, you call a fucking cop. Susan, you're on speakerphone. I said, I don't care. Oh, I've heard worse than that, ma'am. I said, you called a cop? I swear to God. And there he was patting her poo-poo. Oh, well, you just turn right here and pretty soon you find the highway. I mean, it's an interstate. It's a straight shot. She didn't stop to buy a cable to get GPS because apparently she can't find her way home in the dark without GPS. So she didn't have her cable. So she was afraid to turn on her phone. God forbid she stop and get a cable. Yeah. And use her stupid GPS if she has to have GPS. So anyway, he was telling her, he asked her, I heard her, he sounded very nice. And, do you have a cable to turn, for your phone so that you can turn your phone on and use your GPS? No. And I thought, dang, girl, you deserve to get lost. So anyway, she called me about midnight. And darned if she hadn't found her keys because she didn't say anything about being locked out again. So I told her, I said, you need to get yourself checked out if you're that stupid you're senile. So she's proud of it. Oh, John took such good care of me. Don't put John down. I said, I'm not putting John down. I'm putting you down for being stupid and helpless. So anyway, that didn't go too far. I didn't get too wound up. I'm just mad at being her so stupid. But she was trying to get me wound up. I was ready to go to Dallas. I expected something that was going to have to make me go down to Dallas. But this wasn't enough. I was like, well, you're in Dallas. You know where you're at. Rent a room. Got the car for the weekend now. You might as well stay down there and have a good time. So I refused to get up and go. And darned if it didn't get resolved. So, I think she needs to just pull her butt, get her in gear, pull her head out. I mean, this was just stupid. And if she really thought that she had to dial 911 and get a cop, I mean, for real, just go to a gas station. You don't need to call 911. And if she is that then she needs to be in the nursing home. She's too helpless to take care of her own self. Dang. That's a good point. That's what I start thinking about just now, too. I'm on my second chocolate. One usually knocked me out. So I'm going to have to quit this. Hey! How are you? I'm griping. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. How are you? Hold on. Oh, God. I ran out of time on Restream. I'm having to refresh my memory. No, I ran out of time on StreamYard. I'm having to figure out Restream again. And I tried EasyMux again. And that was fun. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. And besides that, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I have cold coffee here from this morning. I picked it up. I'm drinking it. I just hope there's no bugs. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. There's that. Mm-hmm. Oh, doing okay. Just drama, drama, drama. What would life be without drama? But no, my sister called the cop because she got lost coming from Dallas to here. She got lost on an expressway. I mean, you go north from Dallas and you turn left. And she got lost. So, no, you can come. I'm awake. She called me. I don't know, God knows what time it was. She woke me up. She she left Dallas she left the mall at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She should have been back here by, depending on which mall, 6 or 7. It was, and she's lost her keys again. As far as I know, she's locked herself out and had to go call a locksmith when she did get home. And she called me about 11, 12 o'clock with a cop beside her because she got lost. She still wasn't home. She was the other side of Tulsa. Ugh. So, did I do this right? I think I did that right. I can't. I might be able to hear. I can't hear myself. So I'm not closing down yet. I came on because I'm still awake from when she woke me up with a cop beside her. Dang. But no, she's home. She did call and let me know she was home. So I assume she found her keys and was able to get in the house, or we would have heard about that drama too. But like Forever Love said, I need to calm down, Grandma. Go take a pill. I'm going to have to think about this. Gee whiz. But I did take another piece of chocolate just now, a whole 100 milligram solid piece of chocolate, not that cookies and cream stuff. So we'll see if that works. I might just fall over. You might have to carry on by yourself. The fridge is over there. It might kick in any second now. Because I took one about midnight. It's already 1:59. If that one was going to do something, it would have done something by now. But when I was going to the city council meetings, I would have to take 2. And that was freaking my biker cousins out because they freaked out taking 1. And their friends freaked out taking 1. They took 1 too and freaked out. So that's why my biker cousins got 1. They had the whole package because their friends freaked out. And they took one and they freaked out, so they gave it to me. So I take two. Mm-hmm. So that should do something. I mean, hopefully something good. We'll see. But I swear to God. But I'm glad I didn't get my brother involved. I thought about it, and I thought, well, he could probably get into the house. He used to be a maintenance man. I mean, he could probably do something. And, but I didn't. I thought, I don't want to drag anybody else into this. Whatever he's doing, he's probably having a good time. So I didn't, he sent me some kind of text a while ago, so I knew she was doing all right. So then I griped to him about it. But they came by and dropped off some, homemade stuff, like some cookies and some brownies, just a little tin, because, I mean, we're all supposed to be diabetic. So it was just a little bit. So they had dropped it off. They had gone by her house, but of course, she was God knows where. So that's when I told them what was going on. All right, where am I? What am I doing? Dun, 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 dun. Let me see what I was going to try and find and do. Okay. Let's go to Batter Up. What do I have in Batter Up? Okay, here we go. Something happened. Dun, dun. Oh, all right. Yeah, screen share. Here we go. Screen share. Batter Up. Here we go. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Is it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Like I said, I have to go over to YouTube to see what's going on. I hope that y'all can hear it too. Like I said, all these buttons. Okay, these are all pretty. If it happens, I can probably just let it roll if I have to. Oh, this was cool though. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, this is, yeah, okay. All right, where am I? What am I doing? Oh God, my kind of. All right, here we go. Oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
You good, dude. Your arm okay?
Yeah.
You shake your head?
Yeah.
Give me some knuckles. That's how you do it.
Oh, here we go. Check it out.
進めてください。はい、OK です。楽しんでください。
better than Brahms. I mean, what can you say? That was cool, I think. Okay, hold on. Okay, there was plugging Sandy Diva. Let me go up here. The shift. Okay. Oh. I will make that stop so people can read it because it is little. Maybe it's true. So that if you just want to talk and visit with your checkout, instead of speedy checkout, they have slow checkout instead. What the hell is this?
So we all just got woken up to some disturbing sound all through the whole area. I just called 911 and they said they've gotten like over 50 calls about it.
Come on.
Yes.
Let me lift you out of that embarrassing farce you call life and give you something glorious. Just say the word. Heavenly Father.
Oh, are you?
praying?
Okay, hold on.
I need your help. Well, that's a first. I'm in trouble and I can't do this
All
alone.
right, hold on. I don't see you. Wait,
I love
wait,
it. I love
wait.
it. I love this. Are you still praying?
All right. I'm glad you said something because I don't see it. All right, hold on. Let me not do that. Oh, crap. Let me try a few more buttons. I can't find it. I don't see it. I can't find you. Hey, Rocky. I cannot find it. Okay, hold on. Maybe if I do this. If I stop sharing. Sometimes I see things and I still don't see you. Oh, wait. Hold on. There's another button. Yes. Okay, wait. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I see your name. There.
Hey.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
hello there.
Oh, I did it. I swear.
Restream's good, isn't it? I'll tell you
It
what,
is. I
it
just
seems a
finally
heck of a
push
lot.
enough buttons and something happens eventually.
It looks a lot smoother just coming in as a guest rather than like it's all real not, you know. Yeah, it works much better coming in as a guest than it does actually hosting using Restream. Like it's still it messed up my computer. It was using 100% of the processor still, even on my
Really?
laptop with 24 gig of RAM on there. It was still using 100% of the processor and slowing down and not working the way it should. Not just like nice click 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 click, and things worked. But it's much smoother as a guest. It actually
Good.
it
Well,
looks really
I'm on
nice.
the
It looks
big
nice as a
computer.
guest. Oh, you're on
Good.
a big computer. Is it
Yeah,
new?
well, the little one, well, I thought I had the big one fixed, the old one that I used to use with the camera. So I
Mm,
gave away the little one,
mm.
because it really struggled. And darned if that other one didn't just die after all.
Ugh.
So yeah, so I'm on the big one. So that's why I mean, it's big. It's the, desktop.
Mm.
It impressed me.
How old is it?
Oh, it is several years old. I bought it during COVID.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's still,
that
yeah,
right at
5 years. That's still all right. 5 years, it'll have a decent processor in it. Like,
Mhm.
one of the newer generation processors, because it's all about the processor.
Well, I'm not, I used to be, bleeding edge, but that was a long time ago. And I got a grant. There were a lot of communication connectivity grants going around at that time, especially if you were a student. And that's why I enrolled in the Creek Nation College for free. And so I got, I don't know, it was like a couple $1,000, I think. It was a lot of money. So I bought a big screen and a pretty good computer. It doesn't have a camera or a microphone, but it should be doing pretty good still yet.
Hmm. So how you doing, Mary? It's been ages.
I know it. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're here. Let me go and turn my little dog off because he all of a sudden just woke up. Hold on. Yeah, little dude. Hold on, let me see. Because I know he doesn't have to do anything because he just went outside at midnight
Hmm.
when my sister called me. So let me go see. Yes, have you heard that drama? It's all kind of drama. Hold on. Oh, dude, what is it?
Yeah, forever love. You you
Sorry,
can't act.
wait, if I don't watch him, he'll go pee on every.
Is he a puppy?
Where are you going?
Um, you can't actually block someone anymore. You can only hide them from your channel. And when you hide somebody from your channel, you can still see them. They just can't. Well, I didn't think they could see you, but I've had people that were hidden from my channel able to share my videos, and I don't like that. Queen Stephanie, King Stephen, the Sanity Machine is hidden from all my channels, and yet he's still able to share my videos as Sanity Machine. So I don't know quite what's going on there, but
Oh, goodness.
YouTube's just a YouTube's not here to help us.
No, well, I have to try and. I mean, golly, I try to stay away from drama, especially since there's drama like this that you just can't. You just have to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah. You just have to say, "Oh
So I
fuck
just
it."
don't want to have manufactured drama, for goodness sake.
Mm.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's no issue between me and Rocky. I've never hidden him, and I don't think he's ever hidden me. But I don't think we can see each other. Like, he comes into my StreamYard and I can't see him. I can only see him if he comes into my StreamYard. I can't see him on the chat. It doesn't come up on the StreamYard chat. It doesn't come up in the YouTube chat. He can't see any of my messages. He can't see the links when I drop them. So I don't
Has
know
he
what.
tried like unsubscribe and resubscribe? Sometimes that helps.
Um, I don't know.
Because sometimes I've done that. I've had to do that. I know, like I'll see somebody just accidentally, and they'll have been on for like an hour,
Hmm.
but I didn't get any notification. And if that happens more than a few times, that's what I'll do is go ahead and unsubscribe and then resubscribe again.
Yeah,
Sometimes it just gets goofy.
I think it works with it definitely works. What maybe works with notifications and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean also YouTube just plain old unsubscribing people.
Yeah.
But it's like, are they really that? You know, is it really that malevolent, or is it actually just a little glitch in the algorithm? Because I don't believe that they're actually that intelligent, the people that have programmed it or anything. I think that there's still, you know, that there's still going to be glitches in their algorithm that are going
They
to.
probably just do housekeeping. They'll go through probably and just say, oh, well, I think this is low. Let's just delete this one. Just algorithms.
See, I can see Rocky now. I can see it. He's just
Hold on, let me
commented.
see.
I don't see 007 in this chat right now.
Hold on. I have to go into YouTube.
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass,
There.
isn't it?
It is. And I've had to do that on EVMux too. Because I just could not find where the chat was on EVMux. Like if you're on the main switchboard thing, I couldn't find it. I had to always go back and forth. And now I have to do it on YouTube now. I mean, I can see him on YouTube, but it's probably just a matter of finding the right. There he is. I can see him over here too on the main thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's experiencing exactly the same thing. It's really weird. It's like, what? Why would that happen? Why would two people be completely blocked from seeing each other? Like, and it's like Rocky, and it's me. Like, who the fuck are we? What does it matter if we know each other or not, or can communicate with each other or not? It seems a bit ridiculous that we'd be deliberately hidden from each other. That's why I think it's just a glitch.
So you
'Cause they're
can't
just a
see
bunch.
him on your channel when he's on your
No,
channel?
I can't see him on my channel. I can't see him on your channel. I can only see him there.
Oh.
That Rocky Shepherd 7694. I bet
You mean
007
back
can't see
here on
me
the
here either.
backstage chat?
Yeah, on your chat.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Let me do this. I found another button.
Because you can. Yeah, there you go. Restream's got that as well.
There. Let's see. All kind of buttons. Yeah.
EVMux is good. It's just a lot. It's more like EVMux is a bit more like Streamlabs and OBS, where you have to build the scene. You have scenes, and you have to build the scene. It doesn't have the same easy layout,
Yeah. I don't think I want to go through all of that.
Maybe you're right, Forever Love. Maybe there's actually something really important about me and Rocky. Maybe it'd be really dangerous for the system if me and Rocky were to actually be able to communicate with each other. It might be like
Don't cross the streams.
It might be like a Terminator John Connor situation or something. I don't know.
Or Ghostbusters.
Well, actually, Rocky is obviously Vesemir from The Witcher, and I am obviously the White Wolf. So they're just trying to keep two formidable forces from connecting.
It would probably destroy the galaxy.
Humanda Tab. Good day.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, not Tab. Data. Human data. Why did I read Humanda Tab? It's because of the TAA at the end, and I'm not wearing my bloody. I'm not.
Human Data 8.
Not wearing my glasses.
Rocky can see you in the restream, but not in the chat.
Yeah, it's stupid, isn't it, Rocky? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like he won't be able to find my channel if he searches for it, and I can't find his.
Are you showing it on your channel too? This one?
No. No, you're not. It hasn't got a restream to stream to
So
my.
it's not that. So it's here.
Yeah.
Well, it's
no,
it's just you, isn't
no.
it?
It's
he can
just
see
me
you
and
here.
Rocky. It's wherever we are. Like, it doesn't matter where we are, whose chat we're in. We can't see each other. As if I'm 007, if I come in as the Magic Treehouse, then we can. It's only 007. It's only my 007 channel. But anyway, excuse me, sniffing.
You sound like you have a cold.
I'm actually, I'd say, I'm definitely on the mend because I woke up today at my normal time, 7:30. Like, I normally wake up between 7 and 8 o'clock. I normally wake up, but when I'm
just naturally.
When I'm not doing well, obviously, I guess I was sick for about 8 days. Had a bad fever for 4 days, and just wiped out and really congested, really bad pressure in my sinuses and everything. The pain was fucking horrific. Now I'm just coughing up crap.
Well, you might have got a dose of the latest version.
Lurgy. Yeah, I think I probably did. I'm sure if I went and did a PCR test, it'd probably tell me that I had.
Yeah.
Even though
but you got
86%.
through it naturally.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, because didn't they used to have flu all the time every year anyway? I mean, gee.
Yeah. I mean, if it was anything, it was. Yeah, it was like a mild dose of flu. But it's I was going to say something and it's just popped out of my head as quick as it came in.
Well, at least you got over it okay. So, I think it will make you stronger to have gotten over it.
Yeah, you always feel, oh yeah, that's what I was going to say, right? If you think about it, think about how malnourished I am. And I could still get over it, right? I'm severely malnourished. It's in my, you can see it, like if I went to a nutritionist, they'd say, "Oh my God, you're fucking starving. You need nutrients.
Get this man a steak."
Get this man a steak and a fucking whole tub of oranges and all kinds of stuff. But despite the fact that I'm really malnourished and eating shit, I've got a positive mindset and I still get over it.
Yeah.
I don't lay there thinking, "Oh my God, I've got the flu."
Yeah.
It's just kind of, it's just annoying more than anything.
And I think that once you get it, it's just like, normal stuff. You get it and then you get over it, hopefully. And you just kind of go on.
I don't think there needs to be any hopefully about it. I think it's, you get over it. You just know that you're going to get over it and you get over it. Because you're just purging, aren't you? Your body's just getting rid of all this crap.
Getting rid of something.
But it's wonderful fodder for my troll. Well, one of my trolls, Stephen, because I'm sniffing a lot now. So now he can say that I'm obviously I've got a substance abuse issue and that's why I look like I do, and I'm sniffing. This is perfect.
Now, see, things like that make me wonder. I mean, because that happens to me, really. I mean, not to be like all, full of ego and everything, but it really does. It happens to me. And I just wonder, why am I so interesting?
Yeah.
That you just sit around watching me.
Have you got trolls?
Yeah.
That's
Forever
insane.
Love said, "Put sliced onions in your socks." It got deleted. That comment did.
Oh, I said that. Me said put sliced onions in your socks. It helps.
Yeah.
Also, garlic. If you put a clove of garlic in your sock, and then when you can smell it on your breath,
Then it's got in your
that's
system.
then yeah, it's got into your system.
Yeah.
Positive and human data says positive state of mind will activate the inner healing within the DNA stream. Yeah, I think it is all about mindset. Like
Yeah.
I changed my mindset 8 years ago, and it definitely had a really, really positive effect. You know, okay,
Yeah.
I've been I wonder if I should say this because it was only like 9, 10 days ago. I was saying it's been 8 years, and I've only been sick 3 times, and then literally came down two
I
days
know,
later.
you said it.
Came down with it. So it's been four times in 8 years.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 to 3 times a year every year, which it was, without fail, 2 to 3 times a year, every single, sometimes four. Man flu, not real flu, just man flu, head colds and
Hmm.
stuff. And now 4 times in 8 years. So suck on that pharmaceutical system. Mind you, I have been taking pharmaceuticals like paracetamol
Well,
to lower
yeah,
my
take what you
temperature.
need to.
And
Because some of it is good. Because you can't
yeah.
get it other places sometimes. Like, I know what herbs I should be taking, but I can't find them. I don't want to. I could probably go out and look for them,
Mm.
but
I,
if I could find them in a store.
I watched a program last night. I shared it actually. Let me show you. And you can tell me if you know about this, if you've heard about it, or if this is just AI slop that should be ignored, because you are Native American,
Yeah.
and apparently, well, they're mentioned because this grows all over the world. Apparently, one sec. Share my screen.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay, so it's going to involve buttons. All right. Oh, it worked. Okay.
Yes, right. Illegal to grow,
Oh, God. Okay,
impossible
here
to
we go.
kill.
Oh, God. All right.
The superfood they made
What is
illegal. They turned it into a weed. I'll speed it up a little bit. Right.
There's a plant growing in the cracks of your driveway that contains.
I just try to ignore the fact that it, well, not totally ignore. It's noted that this is AI, so maybe this is just
yeah.
bloody AI slot. But really, it does seem like that this makes sense.
Contains more omega-3 fatty acids than fish oil. It survives without water, without soil, without permission. For 4,000 years, it fed civilizations from China to Greece to the Americas. Then we turned it into public enemy number one. We created an entire industry around its destruction. We convinced millions to poison it while spending $60 billion annually on supplements containing inferior versions of what this plant offers for free. This is the story of the weed that refused to die and the industry that can't afford to let you remember its name. Welcome to Veiled Earth. In 1969, researchers on the island of Crete investigated a medical mystery. Why do these people have the lowest heart disease rates in the developed world? They studied olive oil, wine, fish. But there was something else. Something the old women gathered from their gardens every morning. They called it glystrida. We call it purslane.
That's what I
Portulaca
thought that
oleracea.
was.
Yeah, you recognize it.
Yeah, I do recognize it. I've read about it. You can eat it.
Right, that's what I was going to say. Do you like? Have you heard of it being consumed? Is it?
You
Do you
can eat
know of
it.
it?
It's supposed to be good for salads. I'm not sure what it is good for as far as like medicine.
According to this, I mean,
Mhm.
if you don't mind, we can let
Yeah.
it play. We don't have to, but we can. They'd say basically everything it's got in it,
Hmm.
and it's got everything in it.
And it grows everywhere, like they said. just well, so many things that are weeds that have been classified as weeds are medicinal in some way, and
Yeah.
even things that they say are well, for example, foxglove is an example.
Right.
That foxglove is usually said to be poisonous, leave it alone, don't touch it, but foxglove makes digitalis for your heart. So if you
Right.
know what you're doing, you can just take foxglove when the end of the world comes.
Right.
And I think
I
all of
mean,
them are like that.
and we all. I mean, it makes absolute sense now. Like it's, of course they are going to demonize and say that all these things are useless, they're poisonous. No, ugh,
Yeah,
stay away from them because they can't sell something that you can literally pick for free out of your garden. And
exactly.
what they say about America, I didn't realize this that front lawns and stuff, that whole front lawn culture, white picket
Yeah.
fence, nice green cut grass and all
Mhm.
that entire culture, the lawns, it was after the war or something, and um then they went and landscaped everywhere.
Oh, yeah. When they
And
created suburbia?
right, and this stuff, this purslane was everywhere, and it was spoiling the perfect look of the green lawn. So that's
Yeah.
when it all started, when they basically waged the war against it.
Yeah.
Lab results came back from Minnesota. Nobody believed them. This garden weed contained the highest omega-3 content of any green plant ever tested, higher than most fish. The 1986 paper was largely ignored, but 4,000 years earlier, someone in ancient Greece already knew. In 1989, archaeobotanists excavating a Bronze Age site in Santorini found carbonized purslane seeds
I've been there, Santorini. It's beautiful.
Ooh, how
deliberately
good.
stored in clay jars alongside barley and lentils. Not weeds. Food that was cultivated, harvested, preserved. In Ozark Caves, 1,200-year-old purslane seeds were stored with squash and sunflower. In China, medical texts from 2000 BCE list purslane as a superior herb, cooling to the blood, beneficial for the 5 organs. They called it machixian, the horsetooth vegetable. The Hopi, Navajo, and Zuni called it verdolaga. They ate it raw in salads, cooked like spinach, used it medicinally for burns and intestinal ailments. Aboriginal Australians knew it as munyaru, gathering it for tens of thousands of years. So how does a plant this useful become one of the most hated weeds in modern history? The answer begins with the lawn. Purslane is a succulent with jade-colored stems that sprawl across the ground. Small, paddle-shaped leaves, rubbery to the touch. Yellow flowers bloom for a single morning, producing seed
It's
pods
almost
containing
like
up to 50 black seeds
portulaca,
each.
the moss rose.
The genius
Like
is
that.
invisible.
So there you go.
It's almost like, moss rose, portulaca. I think that might be how you say it. Because I have to spell things out a lot. Portulaca. It's like
What?
that, a little bit fleshy.
So what that looks like to me, what those flowers look like to me, in the UK we get buttercups.
Mm-hmm.
You heard of buttercups? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and there's this thing where, like in school, with the girl that you like, if you hold the buttercup under someone's chin,
Mm-hmm.
and it and their chin glows, glows gold. It basically it shines. It reflects the light onto. You get like this yellow reflection,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to kiss.
Who
That's
made that
like,
up, I wonder?
I think that's where the song, about there's a song about buttercups,
I think
but
so. Yeah.
they look a bit like buttercups. I mean,
They
I'm
might
not sure.
be.
I'm not sure I've ever seen this on the lawn. We get clover in the UK. We get clover and
Clover
dandelions.
is good for you too.
Yeah,
I have gathered clover, especially the red clover, and just put it in a jar and put it in water.
mm.
Boiled it.
Purslane uses CAM photosynthesis. Most plants open their stomata during the day to capture carbon dioxide, but that causes water loss. Purslane opens its stomata at night when it's cool, stores carbon dioxide malic acid, then processes it during the day with stomata closed. This means it survives on just 2 inches of rainfall per year. Less water than Death Valley
Yes,
receives.
those are interesting
Every stem
too.
fragment that touches soil roots, cut it into pieces, each becomes a new plant.
But see, it's
One
just
plant
a little
produces
bit fleshy,
240,000
a
seeds.
little bit thick.
Those seeds remain viable in soil for 40 years. It thrives in pH 4.5
Those
to
seeds
8.0.
remain viable in soil for up to 40 years.
Wow.
Grows in
See,
compacted
Mother
dirt,
Nature.
tolerates heat up to 45 degrees Celsius. Scientists found it growing in Phoenix parking lot cracks, where ground temperatures exceed 70 degrees Celsius. Now let's talk about what's inside those leaves. In 2014, University of Texas researchers analyzed 47 fruits and vegetables for nutrient density, looking for powerhouse foods. Purslane scored at the top. Dr. Artemis Simopoulos found 400 nanograms of omega-3 ALA per 100 grams of fresh leaves. Most fish oil supplements contain 300 to 500 milligram per capsule. People pay $40 for 60 capsules. Purslane gives you the same in a handful of leaves. Free. But there's more. 7x more beta-carotene than carrots. Highest vitamin E of any leafy vegetable. Betalin antioxidants, usually only in beets. Melatonin content. 10 to 20 times higher than most vegetables. Rich in potassium, magnesium, calcium, iron. 93% water content. Hydrates while nourishing. One researcher called it a multivitamin you can grow in a crack in the sidewalk. So if a plant this nutritious exists, grows without human effort, survives drought and heat, why isn't it in every grocery store?
Why isn't it in every grocery store?
Something that's beneficial and healthy that grows for free.
Can you imagine going to the grocery store and seeing purslane like bagged up and it, like $5 a bag or whatever, and you actually passed it growing in the fucking cracks in the pavement when you walk in,
Well, what I was thinking too, just, because I have a lot of books on this and studied this, and I will actually go out and eat weeds out of the dirt, which freaks people out. But whenever they are like the weeds, they are full of things, because one of the things that they do when they grow in the waste areas is they break it down and make it better soil. So when they do that, they suck up all of the nutrition that's in that really crappy, rocky soil that they're eating. So that's where they get a lot of their nutrition, is from poor soil, because they're breaking it up. And then eventually it turns into better soil and better things grow.
Yeah. The crazy thing as well about, like soil, that it's in the UK, when you start getting dandelions growing, people hate it and they pull them out, and they want to get rid of them because they're a weed. If the dandelions have started growing, it's because the soil basically is asking for help, and it needs help. So the dandelions come, and they help it. The dandelions help the soil out, which then helps everything else out, like the grass and everything. So if you leave the dandelions and let them do their job, then eventually they disappear because they're not needed anymore. Yeah. And that's just Mother Nature. Mother Nature doing that.
Yeah. And other things move in that are better suited for the new environment that the dandelions have pushed themselves out of, basically. They worked themselves out of a job.
Exactly. Forever Love. They can only patent their GMO crap.
Yes. That's right. I really did. I used to be an activist about that. But, I have had stories about, organic heirloom farmers that were near, you don't even have to be next to, it blows, near a GMO farm. And they were sued for patent infringement because the GMO blew onto their crop. Yep. And so their crop became contaminated with the
Yep.
GMO.
And
Yeah.
that's bad on both fronts as well, because then you've got people that are buying stuff from that, they're buying produce from that farm which is organic, and it doesn't have, or GMO free, has no GMOs. There's no GMOs, but they can't guarantee it because the cross pollination and stuff, all this,
Yeah.
it's really
And it doesn't go
insidious.
away.
It's really insidious what they've done, what they're doing.
Yeah. Once it has I'll call it contamination. Once it gets contaminated with the GMO, it can't be bred out.
Nope.
It's permanent.
Yep.
You're permanently and so gradually, little by little, even as isolated as you have to be to grow some of those, like glass corn, eventually you're going to just be overpowered because it doesn't die. It doesn't die.
It's like, yeah, it's the Borg, man.
Hmm.
The Borg infestation.
And then once they have contaminated the food, which I've seen a lot of videos about the different ways that they contaminate and the different things that they put in there, you have to eat it. Because most people are not self-sufficient. And even then, you have to worry about what you feed your crops, what's in the water, what's in the soil,
Where you got your seeds from.
where you got your seeds from. Yeah. There was a thing, because I'm on several gardening groups, several years ago, before all the COVID stuff, people were kind of getting worried because they were getting mystery seeds from China. And they said, I got these seeds in the mail. I don't know what they are from China. I don't want to plant them. Does anybody know what they are? So I got some too. So they were saying, burn them.
You know that
Because,
someone planted at least one. Because
oh,
curiosity
yes.
can't help,
Just
man.
because they got it in the
I
mail.
mean that.
Because it was a lot of seed swapping groups. They were seed swapper groups.
Yeah.
I'll trade you 5 cabbages for 3 tomatoes, seeds kind of thing. So there were always seeds going back and forth.
Yeah, and legacy seeds and stuff. They.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what we were doing. Yeah, we were trying to, preserve them.
You remember that Futurama when they go to the seed bank to find the seeds for the because the pine trees have been wiped out, and they in the future all the pine trees have been wiped out, and then they need pine trees for Christmas. They want pine trees for Christmas, so they go to the seed bank in Norway to get the original seeds, and that seed bank's right next to a vaccine bank. Vaccine and dangerous diseases bank, and it's leaking into the seed pod, into the seed bank.
No,
Right.
I haven't, because I didn't see that.
Right, but it taking the piss about how basically
Yeah.
they're going to have contaminated those seeds as well somehow.
Yeah.
You imagine, Armageddon comes, or the Phoenix event or whatever, and we end up
Yeah.
hiking up to the seed bank, and we get there and the fucking door's sat on its side, and there's like things coming in, it's just oh shit,
I know.
there's no seeds in there.
Like giant pods everywhere.
But like you said, that people end up just having to eat it. That's
Yeah.
that's how I feel about, I'm malnourished and that. Well, it's just the way it is at the moment. I can't nourish myself properly at the moment. It's just the fucking way it is. So my body's just got to deal with it, and it seems to be doing so. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it's the whole mindset thing. Still, so long as you don't, as long as you're confident that my body's going to deal with this, man. Like really,
Well, it
you
has
can't.
to.
Yeah. What else can it do?
Yeah, exactly. You have to.
And it's been working for me so far. So.
Well, good. Anna. What are your options? So I mean, but yeah, there is probably positive to it, and I'm not going to minimize it either.
No.
No, because I've kind of, I've been hungry and poor and all that, scared. So I'm not going to minimize it.
It's yeah, it's weird. I don't ever think about it like that. I spoke to my mum last night, and she said to me,
Come home, hey.
she really wished I was there last night because she just wanted to give me a big hug because she was so
Yeah.
proud. Because she was so proud of me. Because she's really worried, right? She's like, what the hell are you doing? How are you even existing? Are you working? If you're not working, how the hell are you surviving? And I laughed and I was like, Mum, don't worry. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. Like, everything's it's fine. It's brilliant. I'm still here. Nothing's stopping me. And I've just been doing my thing, and somehow scraping through each week. And so I just don't even bother worrying about it. I just scrape through each week, and that's there's nothing to worry about at all. I was so light-hearted about it, and I think it was a bit of a shock. Well, she did. She said, "Wow,"
Yeah.
because I didn't used to be like that, right? I did not used to be like that at all. There was a time where I don't know what I would have done in the situation that I'm in now. I would have absolutely freaked out, done something really stupid, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's why one of the reasons why she was worried, you know.
Yeah, she probably remembered how you used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a shock as a mother.
Forever love. It's the first time that she's ever said it with so much chest, you know,
Mm-hmm.
with and repeated it again with as much if not more, because she was like really, I felt it. She did actually, because she said it before in the past, but it's just been like, off the cuff kind of thing. But she really put feeling into it, and
She wanted you to hear her this time, innit?
yeah, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Considering the rocky relationship we've had. I was saying the other day, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Nathan, but I've only really known or spent time and spoken to my parents 28 years out of the 48 I've been alive. 20 years not speaking to them. I went 8 years and then 12 years. Or 12 and then 8. No, 8 then 12. So we've had a rocky relationship.
Good then that you're getting back over there, or at least talking. It's a long time.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while actually. All this year, we've been talking all this year. I think I got back in touch with Mum around or just after Christmas last year. But they're both injured, aren't they? They both had the jibby jab and the boosters, and Mum is in for another knee replacement in January. Dad's recently had a fall and had to have a hip replacement and his leg rebuilt, and he's got something wrong with his brain. after the jab, which is making it all a bit more difficult,
Yeah.
to heal, basically. So
So they're getting. I can relate.
they're getting on. I mean,
Getting old and falling apart.
mum's 68, dad's 75.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the jab has just made things worse, way worse.
Probably made them like generally weak in their system.
Yeah,
Generally,
yeah.
so they're more vulnerable to other things.
Oh yeah, I mean, mum's got diabetes now.
Mm-hmm. I know
Diabetes.
that. Yeah.
She's had to have her knee replaced. This is the second time she's going in to have her knee done. Or maybe they're working on it. They're doing some work on her new knee or something. I think she said.
Well, I know all about that. Like I said, I come from the land of the one-legged Indians. My mom died from it. A lot of people around here. I know of it.
What's that?
And
Diabetes.
yeah.
Yeah. It's.
So
I always hated the thought of that because it just when I was young, I thought that just meant I wouldn't be able to eat sweets.
no. Like I said, I grew up out here, and everybody literally I know is diabetic or had a family member die from diabetes or something. I mean, it's close and it's all around, and I've seen it especially since I've come home as an adult, and I've watched elder people disappear and younger people disappear, and I've got it, really. And I know what it can do. And I know that a lot of times, like the high blood pressure and all that other heart crap, it's because of the diabetes mainly. Oh, Forever Love is trying to say so. And it won't let her.
What's she trying to? Turn on all comments.
Okay.
Instead, no, forever love, forever love. If you
in
turn
it,
on
yeah.
all comments, in the chat
Instead of the top.
instead of top, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you are being censored.
Because I can see it.
That frequency is most powerful. Works in mysterious ways. It
Yeah.
is the. It's not. It's a freak. It's a medicine and it's a ingredient of food, man.
Yeah.
And
Well, I think that's why you're supposed to bless your food, bless your water, like Dr. Emoto and his water. Have intention and it makes a difference. So I think blessing your food makes a difference. It's the same sort of thing. However people see a blessing, I think it works. So what yeah.
I don't use the same word because of the lessing, the phonetic lessing, and the B. I don't know. It's just me though. It's my brain. It goes, oh, be lessing.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, there is a lot of importance in language and frequency, but then too, we are limited by language. That's the only way that people have expressing ideas like this.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying recently.
And language is just so limited and limiting. You can only express what you have the words for, and they're censoring more and more words.
Right. I was listening to a cute psychologist yesterday. She was talking about how, like, in therapy, you really you're encouraged to voice, say what it is that you need to say, get it off your chest, right? In a safe environment, right? But or just being able to release what it is inside, being able
Mhm.
to release it by saying it to somebody or screaming it or shouting it or whatever, doesn't matter. It has a really positive effect. It it lessens people's aggression, and once it's released. So all these words and phrases being censored, so people are self-censoring, stopping themselves from saying
Yeah.
these things, and all the time that's going to be building up frustration and aggression.
Yeah.
And it's notable that the most violent activists are the ones on the left, right? The
The left
far
side of the
left.
brain?
They're the no, that is the
I mean, no, but I
because
mean, I was just
the
relating it to the left side of the brain.
oh yeah, yeah. I still, for me, the left
But
side is still the female side, because
mhm.
that's what I was taught when I did calligraphy in the 80s.
Well, yeah, but,
But
things change.
it makes sense, doesn't it? If people, like, so
Yeah.
think about all the people, all the
Well, I think that we have lost a lot of words for a lot of things. Like, for example, I think a lot of cultures, other cultures, have words for spiritual things that English language doesn't have, because a lot of times I'd ask my grandma to translate a word, and or any of those other old people, and they'd say, "Oh, well, it's hard to say in English."
mm,
And they'd have to, like, give me a long explanation. So a lot of words are gone, but people still have the feelings like you're saying, and it just builds in them, and they don't know
mm,
why. Is
in
that Georgia?
in
Hey, Georgia, what's up?
hey Georgia, that's a nice dog.
Mhm.
Um, it's my relationship, my most volatile relationships with my most volatile relationship was with a Spanish girl,
Oh, goodness.
and that was like, she was the one that went freaking crazy. Like, never heard anybody scream like when they're shouting, like a banshee, really, actually like a banshee. So, or what I would imagine a banshee to sound like. But anyway, it was mainly because she wasn't able to express herself fully to me in English. She couldn't get me to she could only express herself in Spanish.
And
And likewise with me, I couldn't express myself in Spanish to her. I could only express in English, and those words she didn't understand. So lack of understanding, that that lost in
yeah.
translation situation between, because she spoke really good. She was in every, well, I guess she wasn't fluent, because yeah, fluency would mean that you can express yourself in either language, wouldn't it? Um,
Well,
and
sometimes if you get really mad, you don't really get full function of both sides of your brain. You just get the one
right,
that doesn't really know how to talk, I think.
yeah, yeah, the one closest to you as well, the one that you grew up with, isn't it? It's
But,
the
you like right side, left side brain kind of thing. And one of them is like with speech more than the other side.
mm.
I forget which side is which. I get confused.
Well,
But like for
it's it's
example, if
it's
people have a
just
stroke,
it's male and female, isn't it? It's that's
yeah, and it's male
originally
and female too.
right. That's originally how I remember it. And like I said, when I did calligraphy in like 1984 or 85, I was doing calligraphy, and I don't know why, but I just specifically remember that it said, we're dealing with the artistic side, which is the female hemisphere, which is the left hemisphere, which is why we always say that left-handed people are crazy. which is funny
Uh-huh.
because the left side of the body is controlled by the right side of the brain.
Yeah.
So
It's opposite. But I think that, well, well, in my case anyway, personal experience, um, one side, like you say, like for an example with stroke victims, because, the one side, if they have a stroke, they can't talk sometimes depending on which side of the brain that the damage occurs in. So I thought one side of the brain controls speech and
speech.
language.
Right.
And I think the other one is more physical. So that got me started about, thinking about the functions of the brain. So that's why I think that maybe sometimes if you get like really emotional, you might activate whatever part of the brain it is that isn't well spoken.
So what I'm
And you
gonna
just
do?
start sputtering.
I'm gonna ask my the artificial intelligence if
And
it knows, and it says the left hemisphere of the brain is primarily responsible for speech and language. There we go. This dominance is found in about 96% of right-handed individuals and 60% of left-handed individuals. It's Broca's area, located in the frontal lobe, which is essential for speech production and articulation, helping
yeah.
translate thoughts into spoken words. Damage to this area can
See,
lead to expressive aphasia, where a person has difficulty speaking fluently.
and I'll bet you that is the other side of the brain that I don't think that emotion and logical speech are on the same side of this brain.
No,
Because
that's
I think,
why that's
yeah,
why people end up swearing.
I bet so. Because when I get emotional, I can't think. I just start saying, up, 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 up. Well,
Mm. Yeah,
I can't think. That's
yeah.
why I think it's the other side of the brain.
Well, it's in the frontal lobe. So either
Hmm.
side, whatever side it is, it's in the frontal lobe. So just don't go headbutting anybody too hard. And
Okay. I'll tell them my communication skills are challenging enough as it is. Like football players.
well, it's funny, isn't it? Boxers,
Yeah.
they um, they end up with and also NFL players, they end up with slow speech and there's that fighter lad when he was interviewed when he was 18 or something, and he seemed
Yeah.
fairly with it, and then he was interviewed when he was 28, and he sounded like he'd
Yeah.
really been damaged, man.
Yeah. Too many punches to the head.
Punch drunk.
Yeah. Yeah. Punch. Yeah. That's what they call it. And a lot of times, like, especially I have seen, like, in the sports injuries with young people, like high school kids, that a lot of times they don't recognize it, until they're a lot older, that they don't recognize that it's done damage until it's too late.
It's funny. I never understood when I was young and I played rugby at school. Rugby, like I always thought that American footballers were pussies, basically, because they had to wear all this padding and helmets and
Helmets.
padding and all of that, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
you bunch of pussies, just get out there. Like, We're not wearing any of that shit. But the thing is, the difference in the tackles and the gameplay between the two, like, it is like American football. They're basically encouraged to try to destroy the person when they put them down, not just tackle somebody and stop them. Like so
Not just hold it.
rugby is a thug's game played by gentlemen, and football is a gentleman's game played by thugs, right? So like in rugby, when you tackle, you're supposed to catch them around the waist, right? And then you, with your arms around, you drop down to their ankles, and naturally they fall over because they can't fucking move their legs, right?
Yeah.
It's not about in football. You've got American football. You've got the blockers who just smash into the other. You know, everybody smashes into each other. It's all about destroying the other side so that one guy can get down to the end with the ball.
Yeah, and hopefully you can disable the quarterback. Because that's the whole point of most of those great big guys. You know, they have the great big guys in the front lines trying to protect.
The quarterback's the guy that throws. He's the guy that throws the ball, right?
He's the one that throws the ball, and so he's, you know, relatively vulnerable while he's, you know, supposed to be focusing on wherever his receiver dude is. And then two, the little receiver dudes, they're usually little and quick, so they're vulnerable too. So that's those big dudes are always out there trying to protect those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone around them.
Because they want to kill him. They really do. If they can disable either one of them, then that's points. Right. I mean, not officially, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if they can actually injure them, obviously, how terrible, you know, just part of the game. But if they can injure them and take them off the field, even better, isn't it? It's
even better.
It's like this reward thing, right? This whole idea of being rewarded for achieving something, right? We have
or
to
surviving.
Always rewarding for it. I was talking about Arc Raiders, the computer game, the other day. Have you heard about it?
Mm-mm.
There's a you know, like a PUBG game online where it's an open world, and everybody all over the world, you know, can play on this map where they go onto these maps where they have to either go out solo or form groups. Go out in a group, so you know you can have a group of mates that all log in and join the same team, and they're a group.
Wow.
And it's post-apocalyptic. Hate that post-apocalyptic. Post-Armageddon.
Yeah, but everybody knows what it means.
Post-Armageddon.
Yeah.
And it's humans against AI, right? So there's all these AI drones flying around everywhere trying to kill all the humans, and you're supposed to go out and scavenge and get parts and then get back to your base. The idea, for the first couple of weeks while it was running, people were playing together, even people that weren't on the same team. You had teams playing together, and you know, to take out the AI robots.
Yeah, us against AI.
But at some point, one or more of the human players realized that they could get more loot if they just kill the other guys. And then it got to the stage because they said there was a protocol where the player goes, "Hey, don't shoot, I'm friendly," right? And so eventually people started going, "Hey, don't shoot, I'm friendly." And then as soon as the person's turned their back, bang, shoot them in the back of the head, kind of thing. And it's that human condition. And then when they deeped it and they looked more into the reward scheme on the game, it's actually, there are rewards you can earn in the game which you only reward if you fuck people over. So it is encouraged because you get rewarded for fucking people over. So you
Do you
got
not
people.
find out about it first, or do you like if you do you have to do that first and then you find out about the reward, or do they dangle it in front of them and then they get the reward?
No, they didn't dangle it, which is why I think for the first couple of weeks, nobody really
They just
noticed. And then as soon as people started looking, really, kids that sit there for 18 hours a day,
yeah
surrounded by potato chips and Coke and, fucking monster drinks, and that is their entire life. And they get up to
yeah
the highest level that you can. But they want to complete absolutely everything. So they look through the reward structure and say, oh, look, I haven't done that. Oh, shoot your mate in the back of the head.
oh
Like,
yeah.
I haven't done that yet.
Well, see, it gives me kind of an insight into like people wonder about them and they and why. And I thought, this must be why. You know?
It's that other deep philosophical question. Well, even if we can, does that mean we should?
You really, just because you, yeah, really.
And
I mean, just
absolutely
because you
no.
can doesn't mean you should.
Right, but then the mentality of, yeah, but if I don't do it, someone else will.
That's when you take those people and put them in jail or something, depending
If,
on the level of apocalypse.
right, and also depending on the level of crime, right, or a transgression. So what about the guy that isn't really doing something really bad? It's just there's an opportunity to fleece people, you know, to get money. I well,
Yeah.
there's sickness and illness, people rediscovering herbal medicines and whatever, and some idiot comes up with some ridiculous concoction that is snake oil and just ends up getting people ill. But it's it is. I don't think it's a side of the human condition that we're ever going to be able to get rid of. There's always going to be a bad apple, right? There's always going to be a
Yeah.
bad egg and a bad apple. And
But I think that everybody, that's the thing about free will to
right,
me. There is always that in everybody, but you always have the choice to do it or not. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to be good. I mean, you don't really. You can go ahead and not be good.
no, and if you're good, you can guarantee somebody else will be bad. So it's about what character you choose in the moment, isn't it? So
Hmm.
are you going to be somebody that is just does nothing but good things their entire life? All they do is good, and they never, just not a bad character. They don't break the law. You stick to the rules
Well,
as long
see,
as the
then you
rules are
start getting into
reasonable.
the definition of good.
Exactly, what's good.
Yeah. What is good?
That's
Is
why
it good according to what, because to me, I feel like every person inside of them has a spark of divinity that tells him what is, God's will and what is good and not. Or you can go by the rules or not.
right, because the rules aren't necessarily good.
No, the rules aren't necessarily good.
Actually, I'd say if they're rules, they're definitely not good. That's why rules are made to be broken, right? It's
Well, sometimes there are rules for a reason. I mean, I
yeah,
swear to God, I wonder why sometimes you have to tell people don't kill each other. Rule number one, thou shalt not kill. I mean, really, but apparently that had to be a rule. And it goes on from there because apparently they had to make a rule because people just had to do it for some
it,
reason.
but it's like the all the fence, the barbed wire fence and protection and signs that all get stuck up on the side of the cliff that stop you going anywhere near the edge of the cliff, because too many people weren't smart enough to realize that you don't go and stand right on the edge of a cliff when it's really windy
Hmm.
and clearly the edge of the cliff is crumbling away. Right? It's just common sense. Don't the
You would think. I mean, really. I mean, thou shalt not kill. I mean, you would think.
or the yeah. Like, that's why we have signs telling people this is hot.
I
You know,
know.
because
That's why they came with this great big book.
all right,
Like, really, you shouldn't do these things.
um,
Here's
it wouldn't
why.
it wouldn't surprise me if in America, when you buy a gun, one of the warning labels on the back is "Do not point at head and shoot." Do not point at head while
You
loaded and pull trigger.
overestimate the qualification for ownership in Oklahoma.
No, no, no. I don't think that's why they probably do put that warning in there, man.
I never
It's
saw a warning at all.
do not point at another person and pull trigger.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what they keep trying to tell me.
But what you said, um, forever love, you should know what's good. I think
That's
that's
true.
that's it goes to what I was saying with Nia, and thankfully Nia agreed with
Oh,
me.
how
Although
is near?
I've got no idea. I've got
Oh
no
dear.
idea how is Nia. No,
Oh,
no
I
idea.
hope he's
We're not
okay.
friends. We're not friends anymore.
Oh
Um,
no.
no. Um, but
Well, I
we
hope
did.
he's okay
We
anyway.
agreed. We agreed on the fact that like the word of God. The word of God is written on your heart. It doesn't need to be written anywhere else. It's written on your heart. You just know, right? You
You
know what's
should.
good, and you know what's bad. You know what you should do. You know what you should do. When there's something that you should do, you know. You know. Oh shit! You should do that. You know,
Yeah.
because it's your heart that tells you. Like when you walk past the homeless person on the street that's really is destitute and obviously just like an old person or something, um, and you've got money in your pocket and you know that you should give some to them, and that's what happens to me. I'm like, I've got no money, but if I've got some change in my pocket, fuck it, yeah, you can have it.
Well, I think it's more than that. Um, I think that you have a choice of what to do with your whole life. And a lot of people think that they know better than God. And that's when a whole lot of things start happening.
I think those people
Because
generally do.
I think that God will just say, "Okay, go home then. Go ahead."
Hmm. I think there's definitely some people they believe in God, but they think maybe they know better, and then there's
Yeah.
just all the rest of them that completely discount the possibility of
And a
anything.
lot of people are ignorant. I found a clip today, or no, yesterday, you know, and it was a guy that was going around asking just random people, what is the first word in the Bible? And a lot of people were ignorant.
Isn't it? In
Yeah,
in the beginning.
in the beginning. But a whole lot of people didn't know. And so to me, I thought, what else do they not know? Because a lot of people turn things off about spiritual and religion and, especially about, fundamentalist Christian religion and just automatically. But I think that there is value in almost all religion.
to
And
to
that's what I try to
play
look for.
to play devil's advocate a little bit, sort of devil's advocate. I
Hmm.
know from personal experience sometimes when you're put on the spot, your brain can just go blank. And then
Yeah.
there's probably a lot of those people when they were put on the spot, their brains they were like, I don't know, you know. But when you tell them, they would genuinely remember. Oh yeah, of course it
And
is.
then probably
Right?
recite it off. Yeah.
It's just the access to that knowledge in that moment is confused by all the other thoughts going through their brains, right? Or our brains. And especially put on the spot, especially if there's a camera pointed in your face when they do it, you know? It's all because a lot of people, you stick a camera in their face and they just, like, they don't know what
Panic.
to do, me included. Like, stick a camera in my face and then just get that fucking out. I know I sit and I do, I'll appear on camera and stuff when I'm
Yeah.
streaming, but that's more just out of politeness for people because I wouldn't bother at all otherwise, you know. I hate them, always have. They steal your soul. It's fucking true, man. It's absolutely true. They steal your
Well, I
soul.
mean, we could go off into like, well, supernatural, because I do think there is something to mirrors and reflections and images, and because a lot of times people see things in cameras that they don't see with their eyes,
Mm.
and they'll see things in mirrors and reflections that they don't see with their eyes. So, I keep wondering about things like that. I thought maybe there was kind of something to it because, maybe there's something to mirrors. I think there's something to mirrors.
There's definitely something to mirrors because it's been part, like, it's part of folklore, like catching.
Oh, and covering mirrors, isn't it?
You can like was it the oh god the Wizard of Oz 2 where she catches her between two mirrors. You're not supposed to get
I
caught
haven't seen
between
them.
two mirrors because then she gets trapped in the mirror world. And the witch, scrying. It's because of scrying. I think that's why
Yeah,
the mirror thing is such a thing because
seeing
of
things in mirrors.
right. But I think there's the more philosophical aspect where if you're looking at a mirror, all you're seeing is yourself, but you're not seeing what everybody else sees. You're seeing a reflection, which is not like when you hold up your left hand, people see it appears on people's right side. Right, that's why we have stage left and stage right.
And yeah,
Right.
so people know.
So because of this, so when you look in a mirror, you're looking at a reflection and you're seeing yourself, and in our minds we think, oh, that's what everybody else sees, right? But that's not. It's most noticeable in the camera when in a stream or something. You can mirror your camera, and it looks weird because when it flicks from one side to the other, from mirrored to not mirrored, suddenly you see how different it does actually look from the other way around. So that means that whatever it is that I'm seeing in the mirror, that's not what everybody else is seeing when they look at me. So whatever I think of myself when I look in the mirror, be it good or bad or whatever, right? I'm focusing on things that people just don't see in the same way because they're seeing it. They're seeing me actually, real. They're not seeing a reflection of me. They're actually seeing me, but I'm just seeing the reflection.
So, like a matter of your perception or their perception,
Perception and ego. Right?
how they see.
It's how's well when you look at yourself in the mirror, there's when I look at myself in the mirror, it's the best way is to make myself the example. And when I look at myself in the mirror, there are things that I see that really glare out to me, and I'm like, oh, well,
Like
my
looking at a photograph, sometimes you just see things that just look strange.
yeah, I mean, I hate photographs as well. Like I hate
Yeah.
posing. Whenever I have to pose for a photograph, I feel like an idiot. But when I see photographs of me caught in the moment, those are always the pictures that I go, oh wow, that's not a bad photo of me. I don't mind that one. I don't mind that. I don't mind people seeing that. But if I have to sit there and say smile,
Yeah.
I feel like Chandler. I feel like Chandler Bing. Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the face he pulled when they took the pictures?
No, I never saw that one either.
Oh God!
I'm out here in the middle of nowhere.
I'll have to demonstrate it.
Okay.
He'll look normal, and he goes smile, and he goes.
He looks like he stuck his finger in the socket.
Yeah, I got all my hair back.
Anna,
No more
that should keep you
Mohican.
warmer.
My eyes a bit more looking a bit, just a little tiny little bit more skeletal than before, but it's all fine. Like I said, malnourished.
Well, that can be healed too. That's not going to be permanent.
I
either.
know that's why I'm not worried about it as well, because that's all right. I just, eventually I'll be nourished, and then everybody will go, "Oh wow, look, you look so good. Oh, look, you've put weight on. Oh wow, you don't
You'll
look
be
like
a babe
skaghead
magnet
anymore.
then, huh?
You don't look like a skaghead anymore, Rich."
Yeah. You can be a gigolo.
Actually, I think I need me a sugar mummy.
In it.
No, I don't need. I would like a sugar mummy, but preferably in her 30s.
I'm not sure what the word is for that, but I don't think that's it. Oh dear. So I think you're supposed to be the sugar daddy when that happens.
Yeah. I guess I need a like a billionaire what's the word? Not like a grandmother, like adopted grandmother, basically. I need a billionaire adopted grandmother who doesn't have any other grandchildren and just falls in
And
love with
loves
me
you.
as a grandson, as an adopted grandson, and then showers me with gift. Just 48
Because
years
you're dedicated.
Because
Yeah. From afar.
Then I could be fulfilling a role.
Well, I think you have to start out first. You have to move to Nigeria because that's where most of that originates, I think. And then move from there. Yeah. They know how to do it.
I'm just going to hope that she pops into one of my streams one time. That she's at least computer savvy enough to get on YouTube and watch live streams.
Has internet connection.
Come across my channels. The long lost grandson that I never had.
Yeah. Instead of the cat. Oh dear, I need to quit making myself laugh.
What about? I don't know what a black credit card is. No limit. No, I don't encourage. I wouldn't encourage anybody to to use credit. It's like
The black
it'd have to
credit
be
card. Is
a.
that the one that has? Oh, no limit. Oh, that sounds foolish. They really haven't got any idea of my idea of no limit. I can show them new limits to the meaning no limit. Like I
Uh,
said, my first castle.
in that situation, obviously, I wouldn't, I wouldn't be able to pretend. It'd have to be this magical, situation where, because I don't have a grandmum, I don't have a grandmother. Both my grandmas died, and the one that I really knew and loved, and she was, like my favorite woman in the world for a long time. She died in 2005. That was my dad's mum. My mum's mum was a bit of a old battle axe. I only met her twice. I met her twice in my life. So didn't even know who she was until I was in my 20s.
Yeah, that probably didn't
I'd
help.
never met her, so I need a grandmum. I'm joking, of course.
I know just who you should watch.
Who's
There's
that?
this old lady called Helen in Georgia. She's like, oh God, I don't know how old. And that's what she is. She's just like a really, really like, you couldn't write a better grandma than this one. That's what everybody calls her, is grandma. Grandma
Has she
Helen.
has she got, well? So she's already probably got millions of adopted grandchildren all over the world, even if she doesn't have any
Yes. She
in real
sings
life.
Jesus Loves You to the little orphan children in Africa that sing along with her.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sweet.
I'm telling you, you should watch Helen.
I always think of Ray Charles. I think it's Ray Charles. Whenever somebody says Georgia,
Hmm.
Georgia, Georgia.
Well,
That
she's
was it Ray
from
Charles?
Georgia. Yeah, she lives in Georgia. She's a little old white lady with white hair. And she started out doing really cool arts and crafts a long time ago, just for something to do because she was widow. And it just took off. And now everybody calls her Grandma Helen, tells her sit down and sends her things. And she's just cool. She will go out. She had like a pond behind her house just full of trees and things. And she's like 90 or something. I mean, she's like, oh. And she was like a little ant. She went out there every day in her little boots and her little handsaw and wagon and chopped down little limbs every day. And by golly, she eventually had her pond cleared out. She had a chainsaw by the time she got through. Little by little. I mean, she's inspirational. Yeah, Grandma Helen. I don't have any sound.
That's me.
Oh.
I'd muted myself to turn the volume up on the loudspeaker
Okay.
because I had to go away from the keyboard and take my earphones off, but I wanted to still be able to hear you, so I muted my mic and turned the speaker up a little bit. And then forgot
Because
to
I
unmute.
can't hear myself. I can't hear it. I mean, I can hear myself talk, just like I'm standing here, like I feel I was talking to you. I could hear myself, but I can't hear the speaker. Like I can't hear through my headphones. There's no other sound.
No, it's because you're not using a interface. You're not using an audio interface with a desk, right? So
No.
it's yeah, you won't hear because the mic's just going straight into the main feed and bypassing
Yeah,
the
it's going into the
thing.
headphones.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's weird. It's not because I like hearing my own voice. It's just it's good for microphone dynamics and stuff. Because I guess because it's from singing basically.
Yeah.
So I can hear how loud or quiet I'm. Getting close to the mic or whatever. And
That's why I'm never sure if anybody can hear me because I can hear myself anyway, even if nobody else does. So I can't really tell the difference
hear me
until I
now.
like listen to something like a video, and then
Yeah.
I can hear. And then I'm not even sure if they can hear the video too.
Well, the old the ring is very responsive. So around the avatars. So at least we can see that even if we
Yes.
can't hear ourselves,
I can still
um,
see the video, the
yeah,
visual.
and everybody else is hearing it. So they're probably
Well,
bored of
good.
listening to us talking about if we can hear ourselves or not. Because they're all like, "We can fucking hear you. What are you talking about? For God's sake, just get on with it."
But what about me? Oh
Millionaires have
God.
those black credit cards. I've never. Well, actually,
I don't
I'm.
even know any millionaires.
I've probably met, and maybe even know a couple of millionaires, but you would never know that they were millionaires, kind of thing. You know,
And
they're,
Forever
they're
Love
not,
said that she's really being censored.
what are they censoring? What are you trying to say? Listen,
Yeah.
Forever Love, you're not really supposed to talk about, dodgy things. That you're obviously trying to say something really dodgy, either about the little tiny hat people, or did you mention, like, are you calling for
Well,
violence
sometimes
against
it does
somebody?
censor, medical advice. I've had it censor, weird things like that I wouldn't have thought it would catch, and it did.
I've made sure that on my in YouTube Studio, on all the customization, everything in the settings, you go into moderation and you can have all the moderation. I've made sure all the moderation is switched off, but I think it's switched off by default, right? So if you haven't gone and done it, you have to go in there to actually switch it on to turn the moderation on. Normally, I mean that's what I, because when I've gone in to check the moderation, it's been switched off. So I didn't switch it off. So it was obviously by
Hmm.
default switched off.
Is that something in her settings or that I can try to fix?
Well, I mean, you can go if you go into open a new tab up with
Uh-huh.
YouTube Studio
Okay.
and go into settings on the YouTube Studio down at the bottom, and then in there it'll bring up
Okay.
a box, and you'll have different different
Yes.
choices, and in each choice there might be a different tab on each choice. So on the moderation one, I think there's a different tab on in a specific choice. I can't remember which one
Yes.
it is.
Content controls, user management, and channel guidelines. Basic moderation.
There you go.
Basic moderation. Viewer posts off. But I
It
don't
should be
think
in
I got
live
it.
chat. There should be one for live chat.
Let's see. Comments.
there's definitely like the algorithms are not flawless. So like
Huh.
they've deleted
Yeah, she's a moderator.
millions. They've deleted millions of channels.
Yeah.
Like my me and Rox's realist 138 channel got deleted for subversion, something to do with their
Oh my
subversion
goodness.
policies. It's like,
I didn't know they had subversion.
right? I'm like,
Oh my,
what?
that's golly.
Like, what the fuck?
That's a new one. I must have missed that email.
That was the one where we didn't appear on the screen. It was like this avatar,
Mm-hmm.
and we animated the avatars with AI. You know, for when because we'd record our episodes. We've got all our episodes recorded, and then instead of being on the screen, we just had avatars. They weren't animated at first, but then started animating them with CapCut.
I
That bubble's
lost
going to
you.
burst
Oh,
in sometime over the next year, probably. That AI bubble.
well, I hope so. You know, because to me, I think it's bad for people's brains. You know, you don't have to think, and especially for, I mean, like college kids are using it to write their papers, and probably the teachers are probably using it to examine and grade the papers. You know, AI is writing and grading its own self, probably. But they're not learning how to do anything. They're not learning how to write. They're not learning how to think.
No,
You know, it's,
I saw a substitute
yeah.
teacher in an American substitute teacher, and why didn't we ever get substitute teachers like that, man? She's gorgeous. But anyway, she she said that was her biggest. So she taught that term or that semester, and her what she was finding were the kids didn't even want to learn, and you said why don't you want to learn math? Why don't you learn? Why don't you want to learn how to write and how to spell and how to read? And they just say,
Mhm.
but why do I need to? I can just ask
Yeah.
the computer to do it for me.
There's a lot of apathy. My son, you know, that has been his career. And he mentions it, you know, he has mentioned it, that there's, well, and a lot of it is with the parents too.
Mm.
He will have, you know, the little parent teacher conferences,
Yeah.
you know, all through his career. He's said it that the parents don't even come. You know, so if the parents don't care, that is usually, you know, with me anyway, the motivation to try and get the students to care.
Mm.
And if the parents don't care and there isn't any real motivation in school, you know, if they just keep passing you on or you can just go from remote or whatever,
Mm.
then they probably don't care themselves. Because I always prized it and I always rewarded it. I thought it was important, you know.
Oh, my parents went to every parents' evening.
Yeah,
And
mine
come back
did
and say,
too. I tried to make it too. But, you
well,
know, they just
Richard, they
apparently
said the
don't
same
care.
thing as they do every year. Could try harder.
Oh, well, golly, yeah, get a 4 instead of a 5. That's what some people do. But yeah, still yet, you know, it's better than apparently a lot of the apathy that is getting passed down.
Complacency as well.
Hmm.
Like massively complacency. People just are taking everything for granted.
Yeah, because they don't see any point. I mean, there used to be some of that. You know, I'm never going to have to use algebra again in my life, so why do I need to wonder about it? But I think that's kind of been taken to an extreme now.
What the fuck?
Is that a bird?
No, it's an alarm on my phone.
Are you late?
It's Friday. What would I set an alarm for?
No, well, it's Saturday here.
It's Saturday. That's why.
You have to remind yourself it's Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got it set. I've got an alarm set on Saturday and Sunday, so that I
Mm.
definitely won't sleep past. Because I just, honestly, I know days of the week don't mean anything to me. I haven't done for a long time, because
Yeah.
it just doesn't fucking matter. One day's much the same as the next, except there's still this, subconscious thing that the weekend is the weekend, and Saturday and
Yeah.
Sunday are sacrosanct and should be treated as such. So don't waste them. So just do not sleep past quarter to 10 on a Saturday or a Sunday.
That sounds like a good rule. Boy, how are you? I think I have a name. Let me look and see if I know. Yes, I did. All right, hold on.
Ended up having to call his at voy because he's had so many channels deleted that all the other voids have been used up, and now it's only he can be voy 79642 or voy.
It's going to run out of voice. I forgot what we were talking about.
Children not wanting to learn anymore. Not wanting to learn
Yeah.
how to read or how to do maths, because what's the point? I can put it in the calculator. I can just ask AI. Why do I need to read? I'll ask the computer to read it to me.
Well, yeah. So they're having AI write it and correct it and read it. There's hardly any need for the human at all, except to turn in the paper.
I suppose they do actually. They've cottoned on to that. If you get AI to write your term paper for you, I think they've cottoned on to that. It might be one of the reasons why they've given each different model has got like a style that it writes in, and once you recognise that style, then suddenly you start hearing it. That same style, like ChatGPT. ChatGPT scripts are instantly recognisable.
There's no originality to them then, really. It's kind of limited.
Right, it's the method, the structure and stuff, the way that the sentences are structured.
Mm-hmm.
It will chuck in an antagonist and a protagonist and antagonist, and it's not just this, it's that. This isn't
Well,
just
maybe you
this
mean
isn't
like,
just self-deletion. This is,
yeah. Well, like how, like with the pictures, I used to play around with the pictures and artwork, and people notice it and pointed out how, count the fingers. It always gets something wrong, it seems like. Something's off.
It's all about the prompt that you use.
Yeah, the
with AI.
words that you use.
The way you say it, and the questions that you ask, obviously. But people that say, "Oh, count to 100," and AI goes to 100 or whatever it does. It's not. It doesn't actually count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to 100. And people say, "Oh, AI is stupid." Well, no.
Yeah, it's kind of literal.
It's literal. And also, it doesn't know what it's saying. It doesn't understand the words. If it says to you, right, if it identifies a cup, right, a teacup in a picture, it's got no idea what a teacup is. Absolutely no idea of what a teacup is. It doesn't know what love is. It doesn't know what a woman is. It just knows that if something falls into these certain parameters, it's probably a woman, right? So if there's a picture of
Yeah,
a woman
based
and a
on
man,
algorithms.
if there's a picture of a woman and a man, and you say, I want to change the outfits on the woman to wear this and the man to wear this, it will kind of know which one's the woman and which one's the man just because of the parameter, the algorithm, the parameters of
Mhm.
the body. But then if you put twins, male and female twins who really do look identical, almost like androgynous, they just look like two clones. It won't be able to tell you which one is male and which one's female. Whereas we might be able to tell, but it won't be able to. It's
It's limited.
and it's like building, making pictures. If you ask it to create a picture, if you do have an image in your mind of what you want the picture to look like, and you describe that image to it, so I
Yeah.
want a picture where a phoenix is flying over the city and firing, it's breathing fire onto the buildings, and that's in the distance. But in the foreground, I want, I want more detail. I want to be able to, a road sign. I'm actually using a specific example that I was trying to do. I want a road sign with, it's got to say whatever, truth wins or whatever on the billboard, right? And that's really big, but off in the distance, you can see a little, you can see a phoenix flying above the city and destroying the city, and the road going in, right? And it's all
Hmm.
perspective, and I got the picture in my mind, tried to describe that in the prompt,
Yeah.
and it just completely misses the mark. It's like, right, you have to really start at the beginning, and you have to first you build the background, then you build the next items of interest, and then you build the foreground, and you have to build the picture through the prompts, right? So
Yeah.
right, now you've done that, now the background, right, lock in the background, and now on top of the background, I want to see this, that, and the other. And then, right, we've got that. Right, lock that in. Now, based on this picture that's already created, now add this to it. And you have to build it up. So there's a lot more work that goes into making videos and making pictures. If you have an image already, an idea that you want to
You have to
express or
tell it.
communicate. There's people that don't have any idea, and they'll just say, "Oh, AI, do this," and it will do it for them, and they won't really care what they got because they didn't already have a vision of it or an image of it
Yeah.
in their own mind.
Well, I think that's part of the problem with artists in general. They are trying to give other people whatever it is that they see somehow, like through a drawing or through music, or, they see something and they want to share it, but there aren't any words for some of this stuff, so,
And
but
that
AI has to use words too.
right,
Yeah.
and that goes back to what we were saying about there are words that we used to have for things in the older
Yeah.
languages, the ancient languages that aren't really spoken anymore, that have been phased out,
And I think maybe deliberately.
and also in present day, like there are things that you can say in Slavic or in Dutch, right? There's things that there's no direct translation from Dutch to English. And when you do translate it literally, it doesn't make any sense, right?
Because English doesn't have the concept.
because English just doesn't have it doesn't have the phrase or whatever it is. It doesn't, or the in order to explain it, you need way more English words. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the same with Japanese and Russian, particularly with Russian and Slavic and stuff.
Well, I would ask my grandmother to translate a word that I might have heard, like I said, or some of those other elderlies. And that's what I heard sometimes. It's hard to explain that in English. There's not a word for that in English. So they would have to give me a big example to illustrate the word instead
Yeah.
of just because there wasn't a word.
Yeah. AI is not sentient. You're right. Absolutely, it's not sentient, and it doesn't. It doesn't have any understanding or comprehension of what the words actually mean, or what they actually represent. When we say a word, if you say cross, or crucifix, you say
Hmm.
crucifix, and that immediately everybody knows what a crucifix is. We all
Yeah.
understand what a crucifix
And there's
is,
emotion behind it.
right? But to AI, it's just a word. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a word that can be. It's most suited in certain situations, so it can be. It might be predicted to be a good word
Mm.
to use in a certain situation
It
because
would be descriptive, accurately descriptive.
right,
Well, it makes me
without
wonder,
understanding.
about Dr. Emoto and his experiments and illustration about the effect of words and their intention.
Mm.
And I wonder, when we say a word, it would have an impact on the water because we would have something behind it. And I wonder, like when they have the AI speech in it, I wonder if they would have any impact.
Oh, yeah, somebody should do a Dr. Emoto study on
Yeah,
AI speaking to the
AI.
water.
And I wonder
Right.
what it would do. Because we can influence it, but if AI doesn't have like a spirit or whatever it is that we use, that would be interesting.
Well, I think it would be impossible to get AI to sound angry. It
Hmm.
wouldn't be able to shout, right? Scream and shout and say, I hate you. I fucking hate you. You piece of shit. Like that in that way.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Well, not
continue
with
it,
any
right?
emotion. I think
No,
as a
no,
mimic.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or telling the water that AI telling the water that it loves you. Hello,
Hmm.
water.
Well, like a parrot.
I love you. You're great.
Yeah. And it would be just like a parrot. I wonder if a parrot a parrot wouldn't probably have any kind of impact either. So, but I think it might be a test of the spirituality of AI, the impact it would have, if any.
Well, I think a parrot would have more chance of actually having an effect because a
Yeah.
parrot is more capable of actually
Well, it's alive.
that there's a slight chance that a parrot might actually have feelings, right?
I
Parrots,
think there's more than a slight
yeah,
chance.
I do
But
as well.
yeah.
I think animals are capable of love, right?
Oh God, yeah.
So in that case, they're sentient.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the same way, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have a full range of emotions, but they do have jealousy. They display jealousy, especially if they're particularly bonded to an individual. If something else comes in, they're extremely jealous and protective. Doesn't matter what bloody animal it is, really. Dogs get jealous, cats get jealous, birds get jealous,
Hmm.
fucking cows get jealous. You know, like, no, it's my human. Get
I
away.
know it. Well, I have to shut the door because that's what happens. They get jealous. First, the cat will come in and try to jump on my lap, and then the big dog will come in and get jealous and try to jump on my lap. And I just have to throw everybody out and shut the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alfie got
But,
really jealous.
yeah.
He was jealous of Kanito. Kanito
My
didn't get.
human, like you say.
Kanito wasn't jealous, but he was uh, possessive.
Hmm.
Like, it's got. Kanito always knew that he was in there. You know, Alfie was already there, but instead
Yeah.
of being jealous, he was more like, "No, he's mine now." Right, you know? I'm the
That
top dog now.
confidence.
I'm top dog.
Yeah.
Look, I can sleep on his lap. What can you do? You
Yeah.
can't sleep on his lap. You're too big. Haha.
That's kind of what happens.
I miss him.
I
I
know
miss him,
it.
but it's. I'm just really grateful because I don't get. I'm not. You know, I think it doesn't get me upset. You know, I'm sad when I talk. You know, it's like obviously I'm. Yeah, I'm not going to think about it too much, but I'm not. It doesn't upset me. I see pictures of him and stuff. I don't sit there and look at pictures of him all the time or anything. But if I come across a picture on my phone, I'm not suddenly destroyed by seeing a picture of one of them in my phone. You know, which it
I know.
might have been like that. You know, 15, 20 years ago, it probably would have been like that. I would have been
But
affected.
when it hit hard, well, after a while, you just kind of get used to it and learn how to handle it. You
Mm.
know, it still isn't fun and it still hurts. And I will still, sometimes they just come into your mind for no good reason. You know,
Do you know the weird thing? Yesterday, I went out. I don't know why. I just suddenly got up, put my jacket on, and went out for a walk. I didn't even know where I was going. I was just like, just gonna go out for a little walk. Went out, walked around, and then suddenly thought about Alfie. Thought about the dogs, and was like, and then in my mind, they were with me. I,
mm-hmm.
I think I think I actually whistled and said, "Come on, keep up." And
Yeah,
then it passed. But for a moment, I was thinking about it, and it felt good. I didn't feel sad. I felt good. It was like, you know, they're
like they're still there.
yeah, they're still there. Their bodies
Yeah.
might not be, but they're still there.
And I think that happens too. And most people don't want to believe it and they discount it. And go ahead, but I think that people can feel things like that. And if people come back, I think animals come back. And dreams, I think they come back in dreams too. And people come back in dreams too. So,
That was excuse me. That was the weird thing as well. When I had my fever that lasted like 3.5 days. I was
mm,
having dreams, but they weren't exactly bad. They weren't bad dreams. Like good things happened in the dreams. I can sort of remember one of them still, but I don't dream and I don't remember my dreams. Haven't done since 2020, since 2001. Sorry. Well, since my car accident. But yeah, like one of them, I still remember it quite vividly. So if I started having good dreams, right, where good things happen, then obviously good things are going to start happening.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they're just, well, going on experience.
Shh,
They're just
don't piss on my
information,
fireworks.
FYI.
That's exactly how it works. That's exactly how the universe works. Shh, no other way. That is what will happen. It will happen because my dream said so, right? Don't burst my bubble.
And they will tell
Can't
you things.
you can't afford to have doubt. The moment doubt creeps in, then the vision shatters, right? And then it has no possibility to manifest. But if as long as you can maintain faith in the vision, and you know that that's going to happen, then because you know it's going to happen, it's going to happen because you knew it, right?
Well, I'm not very good at that.
Well, see, there you go, right?
I know
That's
it. That's why I'm not
word.
the one to talk
There's
to
word
about
magic.
it.
It's word magic.
I know. That's why it was making my sister upset. I was telling her because she's being helpless. I was like, walk or die, girl. Don't wait for help. Expect no rescue. She's like, dang.
That's a bit pessimistic.
That's what she said.
Surely somebody's going to stop by.
Ah, it's like, lighten up.
Imagine if life really is that simple, though.
I know
If you're able to if you're able to imagine it with feeling, whatever feeling that is, right? It could be a good feeling or a bad
Yeah.
feeling, but if you're able to imagine it with feeling, then it is always a potential.
Because I think that it leads you in choices. If you have a definite goal or a direction that you want and you have a choice, it helps you to pick a choice to have it, something in mind to, drift around. Because I drift around a lot these days.
That's tempting fate a little bit, Forever Love. That is kind of like tempting fate. Like,
I know it.
I had a dream that you're gonna die if you were on a white motorbike. Really? I'm gonna buy a
Let me
white
go get
motorbike.
one.
Screw
Let me go
you!
get one and see. Let me
This
poke
is
it with a
me
stick.
extending the middle finger to death himself.
I know. I mean, I really, don't see any point in that kind of behavior.
I think. Do you know what? Go on. I kind of like the stubbornness. That is sort of, I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know if somebody told me. Although, do you know what? There is a part of me that would. There's absolutely a part of me that would say, "Really, really, yeah, all right then.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get one. Let's see."
But
Because,
see, that's what happens. I did that one time. I'll tell you a story. Like, I used to work at the little office here for the little tribal town, and they were doing some shady stuff because I worked for the administrator. I knew what they were doing.
hmm,
And so the board was like asking questions, why is this happening? And I knew. So I was kind of telling some of them. And one day I walked through the lobby, and the old man guard that was supposed to be a medicine man, I saw it looked like some kind of a walnut or something like that on the chair where visitors sit.
hmm.
And I said, because I was the secretary, I was responsible. And I said, what is that? And I was going to go pick it up. And he said, no, 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 don't touch that, because he liked me. I said, why? What is it? And he said, that's medicine. I said, oh? He said, yeah. He said, they asked me to do medicine to find out who it is that's causing trouble.
Mm.
So, of course, I walked over and picked it up. I'm not scared.
was in trouble all along.
I was the one causing trouble.
It was a clever little test, right?
I know it.
And he said, like, no, don't worry, right? We'll tell everybody not to touch it, and the one that
Yeah.
touches it, that's the one.
That's who it is. That's how that medicine works.
Oh my word! I really hoped that you weren't going to say that, Forever Love, but somehow, somewhere deep inside, I kind of knew that's what was going to be the end of that story.
Oh
That he did
no.
actually die on a white motorbike. The thing is, honestly, I think to an extent, like we do have a fate, right? I think we have a time allotted,
Yeah.
right? And it based on decisions, but maybe if we decided not to buy the bike, the white bike, maybe he would have lived longer. But the person had the dream, a prophetic dream that he had the bike, and
So
he helped facilitate it. If so, like, but maybe if he'd gone and bought a different color bike, maybe fate would have changed, and that guy would have started having dreams that he died on a, he goes out and buys a black bike, and the night before the accident, the other guy has a dream, and it's a black bike that he dies on, not a red. You might not. I don't think we're ever really meant to know. I don't think we're supposed to play with things, right? We don't. Life, what happens? We only have we only have influence, really, any right to change anything in our own lives, right? Our actions
and you never
can.
know,
Well,
what impact it could be,
right,
your choice and decisions.
right. And maybe the guy telling you, like, maybe the guy should just never have said anything to your dad. Because if he hadn't have said anything, it's the paradox situation, isn't it, right? If he hadn't have told your dad, then maybe it would never have happened and it was just a dream. But he chose to go and tell your dad and make your dad aware of it as well, which maybe made it happen. He dreamt that your dad
Influenced.
died on a white bike. The bit he missed out in the dream was that it was because he told him that he dreamt that he was on like this
Did he cause it, or did he just see it?
this sort of paradox loop. Exactly. Did he see it or did he cause it? Did he see it because he caused it?
Okay, I'll tell another story real quick. Okay. My son got to go to a German language school in Vienna when he was a young teenager, like 12-ish, kind of in through there. My boss sponsored him on that. And I kept having one of my visions that he was lost. And my sister did too. And so I cried. And so my boss sent me to. And so I was there too. I wasn't like at the school with him, but he, gave me some money and bought me a ticket and said, "Here, quit crying." So when we got ready to leave, he thought that I had his ticket, even though I told everybody I didn't have his ticket. So he missed the plane, and we had a big adventure in Amsterdam when he didn't get off the plane with the other children because I had to leave and get ahead of him. So he was lost. So I have always wondered, if I didn't go, would it just have been proceeding smoothly because I wouldn't have been there and no one would have assumed that I had had the ticket? Or did I just see what was happening and I might have maybe helped, keep him from being lost altogether, like not ever coming back.
Mm.
Is what we both saw, was that he would be gone forever. We'd lose him. So that was, I've always wondered about that, Did I see it or did I cause it by trying to stop it?
Right.
Uh,
I've got my own. You must remember me. I've spoken about it. Where I shook hands with that lad and I had a vision. When I shook hands with him, like a little fucking movie played out in my mind's eye, and like a little 15 seconds played out in a fraction of a millisecond in my mind, where I saw him getting basically restrained by police as a doctor was sedating him. Basically, he was getting carted off to the loony bin, right? And so I thought, because it was so weird when it happened, it had such an impact on me when it happened. I was thinking, am I right? I'll try and take him under my wing. Maybe this is how I'm supposed to take him under my wing to make sure that this doesn't happen. And it only took like a couple of months, if that, a month, like 4 weeks, for me to realise that there wasn't going to be any taming this lad, right? He was a free spirit, and at the end of the day, who the fuck am I to tell him what he should or shouldn't do or whatever? Just let him make his own mistakes, and I let him go, kind of. And he disappeared, and then 9 months later, I asked where he is, and they said, "Oh, didn't you hear? Yeah, fucking hell, they carted him off to the loony bin, man. He went crazy. There was the police and the fucking ambulance and doctors, and they fucking injected him, man. They sedated him and chucked him in the back of a van." I was like, no fucking way. Exactly what I saw in my vision.
And it makes you wonder about, predestination now. Was it predestined so that you saw it?
I think I saw that to let me know that it is possible to be able, like we are able to see things. It wasn't just that. There's been a few things that have happened where I've had a vision in my mind, and it's just it flashes in and out in such a you're aware of it. You know exactly what you've seen, but it's not still sat there in your mind. It's just like flashes. Like when Roxanne lost their keys, and as she was looking for her keys, I get this flash image of her keys sat by the till, and where are her keys? They're by the till. Right, but
but how do you know? Yeah.
In that moment, it was all really quick. Like she was looking in her bag. She couldn't find anything. We're on a Skype call. She's looking at, or StreamYard. Like she's looking through her bag trying to find something, panicking, and I get a flash image of her keys sat by the till. Before I get a chance to say to her, "Have you lost your keys?" she says, "I'll be back in a sec," and hangs up. Right, and then comes back 5 minutes later. Comes back into the call and says, "Oh, it's all right. Crisis over." And I said, "You lost your keys, didn't you?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "They were by the till, weren't they?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, I just had this vision of them. Like, I didn't get a chance to say, 'Have you lost your keys?' because I think they're by the till." Right? She ended up going to the till because she used her brain and thought, where was the last place that I might have taken them out of my bag? Or
logical backtracking.
Yeah, logical backtracking. So it didn't mean anything. It didn't, it didn't do anything. It wasn't useful, right? But that doesn't change the fact that it still happened. And maybe if we were more balanced and more properly nourished and everything, maybe if our bodies weren't flooded with so many toxins that dampen our true abilities, maybe it would be a more common thing, and maybe it would be much clearer, right? We'd understand the images a bit more. We'd know what was going on. Like,
And we wouldn't be able to lie.
right. But the thing is, like, it's like that vision of the lad getting arrested or getting carted off. I had no idea when that was going to happen. And what was I going to say to him? Listen, mate, I had this vision when I shook your hand that you're going to get carted off to the loony bin. So you just maybe you want to stay away from anything that's going to make you a little bit crazy because I saw you getting sedated. What am I going to fucking say to the lad? When's that going to happen?
Well,
I've got
see,
no
that's
idea,
what's
mate.
wrong.
Sometime in the future, I don't know when, but sometime in the future, you're going to be carted off in a loony bin.
Yeah.
That would have
But
been
see, that's
hilarious.
what's wrong, that you can't, even though you kind of knew what was going to happen, if it was more of an acceptable thing, you could have told him. And he might have still thought you were crazy, maybe too nosy, but it would have been something that people do. He might have put some credence behind it. But people don't do that sort of thing. That sort of stuff, doesn't happen. But it did. You saw it.
Yep.
And,
Well, I think it's always been the case, though, that there's always been people that haven't believed it, right? Like
yeah,
thousands of years ago, when probably more people were capable of it, there was still going to be an element of society that said, "Don't be fucking ridiculous. It's stupid."
maybe that's why people shake hands.
Well, they don't shake hands in
Eh,
India, do they?
I don't know.
No, because
But if it's something like that, if it used to be, you could get flashes like that. Maybe that's where maybe it's got something to do with that.
yeah. Well, in Indian culture, in Hindu culture, and maybe Buddhist, I'm not sure, but in Hindu culture, they won't shake your hand. They put their palms together, in that prayer like
Yeah.
position, and say namaste. Like my the light in me recognizes the light in you. That's what
Oh, that's
that's
a
what
good
that
idea.
means, and it's about
Yeah.
not invading somebody's personal space. Basically, that our vessels are sacred temples, and you shouldn't just go and touch somebody, because there's an exchange of energy and all sorts when
Yeah.
that happens. So in Afghanistan
Yeah.
as well, the women aren't allowed to touch the hand of a man.
There used to be things like that, you know, in the old days here, restrictions on, especially when they were menstruating. That was supposed to make a man sick if he went around
Yeah.
then.
Well, yeah. I mean, sick, horny. It's
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, that was supposed to be, if you lived old fashioned, women, I remember them doing that at church. Um, like you sat separate, especially from men, but you kind of just would separate yourself, or they did, their own utensils. They would eat separate. And like, I'm thinking of one woman in particular. She was like a woman leader and normally would make like the communion bread. They would just take regular bread and, just not knead it up, make little squares out of it. And she wouldn't do that when she was menstruating. And if you were really hard, like the ceremonial grounds, you had to stay apart and stay in another little, I mean, you had to like stay in a whole nother place, a whole nother building, separate yourself, and especially from men. I mean, you really were supposed to keep it from men. Men weren't supposed to see it, touch it, know it. It was supposed to be bad for them. I'm not exactly sure how, but it was bad for them. So there were a lot of rules, used to be, about it.
right.
Mhm.
I've just set up my live because I gotta go live. Well, I don't have to,
Okay,
but
good.
I think there's a couple of people that are waiting because I'm still. That's why I said, "Where have you been?" Because I haven't seen any. I haven't seen you guys. It was actually it's been since weeks ago. I'm not sure when it was, but weeks ago. Um, Maybe even 2 months ago or something. Voy kind of spurged out on my channel something about I'm communist, and it was a communist panel, and he couldn't with it anymore, and he disappeared, and he unsubscribed.
No, it was something else much more personal, and I think that you were drunk when you said it.
I'm not drunk.
But
I don't
still,
get no, but I
yeah.
don't. Hang on, I don't get drunk. I don't drink. So
You
what?
were
What is
walking,
it that I'm supposed to have said?
I don't even want to say in public. But yeah, you were walking somewhere because you had your guitar on your shoulder.
Right? No, no. This was in a panel.
Oh no, this was different. This was separate. This was
Right.
different.
So so it was something that he objected to, and something that I said on while I was walking on
Oh,
my
I don't know
guitar.
about that.
Right.
This was something that you addressed to me personally. That
I don't know what's going on
yes,
now.
it did. It really, really, really bothered me and embarrassed me, and it made me mad, and I didn't want to come back, and I don't want to tell you what it was.
something I did to offend you.
Yes, you did, and
You're gonna
that's
have to tell
why.
me about that in private, Mary, because I don't know.
Yes,
I don't
because I don't
know.
want to say it in public. That's how it was, but no, I don't want to
Yeah,
say it in public.
can you have you got my email?
I don't
Can you
think
can
so.
you because I'd like to clear this up. I don't know what I've done. So you need to tell me so that I
Well, I
can.
was mad at Void too, and he was surprised also.
Right. I mean, you don't need to tell me now. Like
Yeah.
yeah, this is a conversation we need to have in private. But I'd really like to make sure that we have this conversation in private. I don't want to leave this.
Well, I wonder,
Right.
like I said, he was surprised too. And you're surprised too.
I don't even know what I could have
Yeah.
possibly have said.
So I think so.
Yeah.
Let me
So
tell you
yeah,
then.
but you don't have to tell me now.
No, I don't want to tell you now.
Yeah. You have you got a do you know my
Yes,
email?
I'm ready. I used to be a secretary. I'm ready.
Say that again.
I used to be a secretary.
So yeah, just we write reality
Yes,
33.
sir, I'm ready.
We write reality. So WEWRITE 33 at
Okay.
gmail.com. And let me so I can know what I'm apologizing. I don't.
That's
If I need
always
to
so much
apologize,
better.
I'll be the first to apologize. If I need to apologize, I'm really sorry in advance. I just want to
Okay.
know what I've done so I don't do it
I was
again.
surprised. That was part of it too. I was surprised. But yeah, I think it will be interesting because y'all are both.
Was I annoyed about something? Was I spouting off about something?
No, it just came out of the blue.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really
Yeah, it
intrigued
just
now.
came out of the blue. And
But
it was
VoIP,
kind of strange.
but VoIP pissed you off as well.
It was at the same time. It happened at the same time.
What
Yeah.
we were in a panel,
Yeah. And it was
but
just the three of us.
I don't even know
Yeah.
when we had a stream with just the three of us.
Yeah, it was just the three of us.
But anyway, so I wasn't even aware of that. I was just talking about Voy unsubscribing me.
Oh, this has nothing to do with that. No, totally different.
This is insane. Or maybe I have an evil twin. We might be living in a parallel reality.
Well, that's what they say. But I'll tell you.
Well, the most important thing is that uh it's not a issue. Like you've still welcomed me up
Of
when
course.
I'll come in, and you would seem genuinely pleased to see me and welcome me in.
I
So
am. I miss you.
see, but I had no, I didn't even know. I thought you'd stopped coming over because Voy had unsubscribed.
No. You even said my name. That's what was shocking.
I don't know. I can't. I'm
Mhm.
racking my brains. So yeah, I'm. It's funny you mentioned MK Ultra. Angels Don't Fall. I was watching Last of Us 2. I was watching my favorite gamer playing Last of Us 2 last night, and um, like before I went to bed, and it's one of the things I was going to talk about in my stream today is about how absolutely, genuinely, 100% fucking horrific that game is. Like the things that you go through as a character, um, the emotional, like
Mhm.
incredibly emotional. You're attached because you get, especially if you enjoy playing games, you get attached to the characters, right? So, The Last of Us Two, you're playing one side, and then you're playing somebody on the other side. You're playing one side where somebody really close to you is basically murdered by this other person, and then you play
Yeah.
that person that murdered the other person, and you see life from their point of view, and then it goes back to the other point of view, and then you keep losing people like out of nowhere. Your best friend just suddenly gets his head blown off, and you know, and it's like it's putting people through these emotional situations, horrific emotional situations, and constantly. And like Hollow, while he's playing it, he's like, there's comes a point where he says, I can't with this game. Like, I can't get attached to any of these characters anymore because I don't know which one's going to fucking die next. And he was like, it brought him to tears. He was crying because he was emotionally attached to the actual characters. This is a man in his
Yeah.
30s, but it would still be happening to, a man in his 30s might as well be a man in his teens, obviously.
And I
That's
think
how
that might be,
emotionally retarded we all are.
well, and they are able to manipulate people's emotions too like that and create the trauma because your mind experiences it as real, your body
Right?
experiences it real, and it's like it really happened. And
Right.
so people are becoming traumatized and desensitized.
Right. It's
My son used
MK
to
Ultra.
play.
It's like MK
Mhm.
Ultra Light, self-administered MK Ultra Light.
Yeah,
Look, we don't need to do this anymore, guys. You just put it in a game, they'll play it all day long.
and we'll
They'll
let
do
you
it
do it,
themselves.
we'll let you kill people and see people get blown up, and people do it and don't realize that your body and your brain don't know the difference a lot of times. And you do get traumatized and have all of the, well, I think it breaks you down so that you are able to be more easily infiltrated through things like advertising?
Manipulative bastards. There's another
Yes.
stranger. All right, Callum. I haven't seen you in ages either.
Yeah, but I think that, for example, there was a game where you did drifting, like when you drove, and people were able to do it pretty good once they had it in real life because their reflexes were, pretty conditioned.
I've got first-hand testimony. I played a lot of rally driving games. I
Mhm.
loved rally driving games and racing games. 2010, I go to Norway and get the opportunity to drive a Porsche 911 around a
Ooh.
frozen ice track,
Oh.
and the skills that I learned, that the concept that I learned whilst playing the game translated directly to actually
Yeah.
driving the car, because you get an idea of shifting, of the weight distribution, shifting the weight, how to shift the weight to set up the corners and stuff. It translates directly into playing into real life. Like, the
It's
only reason I was
experience.
able to drift around a corner was because I was able to drift around a corner in fucking Need for Speed and Colin McRae Rally, and you know, and the only reason I knew how to set up a corner or a bend was because of playing the fucking computer games.
Mhm.
So
And
it's true.
your body and your mind already knew a little bit, how to react and how to respond. So it probably picked it up and went into instinct pretty quick. A Christmas gig.
Dude, that sucks,
Oh,
man.
Callum.
15-hour gig last night, set up for a Christmas gig, rained before
Oh,
opening, cancelled, bumped it out. You must be knackered, mate. Right,
hot and humid.
Mary, I'm gonna
Yes, I forgot you
I'm
have to go.
I'm gonna duck out. Yeah, I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee and then get my stream going. But it's been
Okay.
a pleasure to see you again, and
I'm
I
so glad you were here. I'm
I
glad you came.
I don't look forward to hearing what it is I did, but I do at least look forward
I'm
to
glad you
knowing and
came.
being able to. Yeah, well, yeah, so am I, because otherwise I would never have known.
Yeah, that's
I need
if you
to
depend
know.
on me.
I need to know.
That's
Right.
right. If you depend on me.
I love you
I'm just,
loads,
I guess,
Mary.
like most women. Well, you should know. I'm certainly not going to tell
Yeah,
you. You don't know.
my psychic abilities. We were talking about that earlier. We need to
Oh dear.
train our psychic abilities more. Maybe
I know it.
if we
I
had better
feel so
training, we'd be
cliche.
able to do it.
If you don't know, I'm certainly.
Ah, no, I don't know. You're gonna have to email me. All right. Shout out
Okay.
to the chat room, Angels and Callum and Forever Love. It's good to see you, Forever Love. And
Hmm.
yeah, I'll see you. Take
Okay,
care.
I'll see you later on. Bye. I'm glad you came. It's good to see you.
Yeah,
I'll let you
see you
go
soon.
though.
All right, I'll see you
Okay,
soon.
bye.
Bye.
Okay. Well, ta-da! Let me put something up. Put something else up. Let me put something on. Is that what I want? There we go. Is that what no, that's not what I want. Let me go to the playlist. Maybe, possibly. Because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning. 4:39. I found this. This will probably get me struck.